she was raised trilingual, speaking Portuguese and Spanish at home with her family, while learning English at school. Since the age of 7, she has been passionate about storytelling and writing her own books. Her book, My ABCs, Argentina, Brazil, Canada, marks Mariella's debut as a writer. In this collection of stories, letters, and poems, she reflects on her upbringing and family history. Throughout her book, Mariella explores how both shaped her into who she is and how both brought her to the stage where she stands today. Welcome, Mariella!
Thank you, Aisha. So, hello everyone, my name is Mariella. I'm the author of the book titled My ABCs, Argentina, Brazil, Canada. I'll read an excerpt from my story, The Price of Education, which I wrote while first living in Toronto in 2021. It portrays a glimpse of my reflections while navigating my bicultural and trilingual identity. The story offers one of the many takeaways about my lived experience of home, and part of this excerpt made it to the back cover of my book. It best represents the central theme of my book, which is that identity and belonging is personal to each of us. When my family moved to Brazil, I was a toddler still learning Spanish. I had to hastily learn Portuguese while simultaneously forgetting Spanish. Papi, after many conversations where I only communicated in Portuguese, retaught me how to speak Spanish. When speaking Spanish with my father, I feel a nostalgic connection to Argentina because of him. His life experiences are intertwined with the country's history. Home for me, however, is still a concept I try to grasp. I always feel awkward when people ask me, "Where are you from?" Awkward because I never know what to answer. Awkward because the answer is too personal to be shared with anyone. Awkward because although I'm proud of my identity and my family history, it is still perceived as unusual. Awkward because when my Brazilian friends learn that I was born in Argentina, they react as if I have deceived them when speaking Portuguese with no accent. Awkward because when they learn I speak Spanish, they think it's chic. If my story was different, would it still be chic? When they learn I attended international schools and now attend university abroad, they also think it's chic. And I feel awkward sharing this too. Awkward because I don't want people to assume I'm uber wealthy. Awkward because people's typical reaction is to put me on a pedestal. Awkward because I often must explain myself and my upbringing. Once in Canada, others learn I'm foreign and often say, "But your English is so good." Why is that a but? After being schooled in English, why shouldn't it be good? And then I feel guilty. Guilty because I know I'm lucky. Guilty because I contradict people's expectation that my English won't be good. Guilty because I get opportunities most people in my country don't and never will. In a country with 211 million people and widespread social inequality, where most scramble to earn daily wage and find food for their family, I could attend an elite, private, international school and leave Brazil for university in search of even better opportunities. "You speak 3 languages, Popon," my dad says. "But you do too," I tell him. "I have an accent. I wasn't taught to speak English." "How did you learn then?" I ask. "They teach us everything but how to speak," he replies. "They do it so you can't leave the country." Humans thrive on our ability to create different words, yet Papi was denied the opportunity to learn and express himself in English. "You speak 3 languages with no accent, Popon," he tells me. "That's a privilege." English, Spanish, and Portuguese. 3 languages intrinsically shaping who I am. Brazil and Argentina, 2 countries blending together to create my background. Family, the shared exchange of experiences dictating our trajectory. Home for me is people, places, and languages. While my identity is scattered around the world, I find belonging in my history and education. I will always find belonging in the stories and knowledge I take with me.